It was a crazy game, and it is the point after, and we'll check in right now with my partners, Jason Lloyd from The Athletic, Mary Kay Cabot, the beat writer of the Cleveland Browns for Cleveland.com. A crazier, weird game. You will never find one like this one. I mean, it had it all, but obviously, one game down. Deshaun Watson finally plays, Mary Kay, and it was a rough watch.
It really was, Jimmy. I mean, he was so much rustier than I expected him to be. I don't think he anticipated that. I don't think the Browns did. I think everyone thought that it would kind of be like riding a bike for him, that he's played this game since he was 6 years old, that he would get out there and be the Deshaun Watson that made it to 3 Pro Bowls and at least look, you know, a ton better than he did on Sunday. So at least he got one out of the way. It was a dog of a game, and he's got to do better in Cincinnati.
Boy, he's going to have to be a lot better, Jason. But let me go back. You know what? It wasn't good in Jacksonville back in August in the preseason game, but that was like 10 snaps, okay? But this was really rough to watch. I mean, he really looked like he was struggling.
Yeah, he said he felt every one of the days off, the 700 days off. He felt every one of it. It was
all of us did.
All of us did.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Bouncing, throwing passes at guys' feet. Amari Cooper was wide open. He bounced the pass to him. Didn't see the safety on the interception. Threw it right to the safety. That was a terrible read there. And the one pass, it looked like I think he just wasn't confident in what he saw. And he, like, spiked it into the ground. He was halfway through his motion and then just threw it into the ground. And for a minute, I thought he might have fumbled it. He's not trusting his eyes, I don't think. He's not comfortable in the pocket. Yeah. These are all things that will come with reps and with time. But obviously, as Mary Kay said, I think it's going to take a little bit longer than people realized.
So, Mary Kay, by Sunday, this won't all be solved in Cincinnati?
Well, you know, I think there are a lot of reasons why Deshaun can be better in his second game back. You know, David Njoku will play in this game. He really went down to Houston and got that one out of the way. There was so much emotion, so much drama, so much vitriol and booing. The accusers were there. I mean, it was a very emotional return for him to Houston for all of the obvious reasons, and I think it hit him like a ton of bricks. I think it was more than he was really ready for from that standpoint. So I think now that he's got that one out of the way, I think that'll help. I think Kevin Stefanski will know better how to call the game for him. They know that he's a little bit rustier than they thought, so it should be better.
And if you remember, Jacoby Brissett against Carolina looked awful. And then
he did, yeah,
week
you're
2,
right.
He looked better. It's getting that first one out of the way. There is reason to believe that he could be significantly better.
All right, some of us are looking at this that, hey, they win out and they possibly can make the playoffs, okay? I don't get the impression you're looking at it that way. And by the waving of your hands, now I definitively know you do not think that. You are saying that this is a 6-game preseason for Deshaun Watson, getting him to next year, right?
I've been adamant from the time the suspension went to 11 games, it became all about next year. They more or less punted on this season, and now at the point where we're at now, what is it, like a 5% chance of making the playoffs? This is about making sure that there are no excuses next year. Day 1 of training camp, he's ready to go. They can install their system, and you can take off and go. If they win some games along the way, obviously that's a good thing. If they win the next 2, okay, then we can maybe start to entertain this playoff talk. Until then, it's far too early, and the odds of it happening are just not high.
Mary Kay, where are you on that?
You know what? Jason and I have been in disagreement about this all season long.
And that's why the two of you are separated by a lot of mileage here. But go ahead, Mary Kay.
I don't think they punted on the season when it went to 11 games. I think they really felt that Jacoby Brissett could hold down the fort for them, and he actually did his part. It was the defense and the special teams that let the team down in those first 11 games. If they had even just done a little bit more of their part, the Browns would have possibly 7 victories by now, and they would be right in the thick of it for the playoffs. Yeah. Now, if Deshaun Watson weren't so rusty, maybe they would have a chance to win out, but it's not looking good.
Yeah. Now, if they had done that and they had 7 wins, and then suddenly you put him in there like he was yesterday, and there's nothing to say that it wouldn't be any different, you would have a real problem. Not only would you be kissing the season away, but you'd be sabotaging a season. That's if the Browns had played better in the first 11.
Are you saying go back to playing Jacoby?
No, well, I'm saying that if all of a sudden, like if Mary Kay's scenario, if the Browns had played better defensively on special teams, she's right. I think they would have won more games.
Just fall on the onside kick and you got one more
I
win.
know. Okay, but then they win more games. They're in a better shot to make the playoffs. Then suddenly you put this guy in and he's not ready.
Yeah.
You'd have another dilemma.
$230 million. There's no dilemma.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson is taking every snap.
I get that. I really do. Mary Kay, it was a team win, though, for them. I give them a lot of credit. I mean, finally, the defense and finally the special teams really pulled Deshaun Watson and the offense through this game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he needed. He needed a lot of help from his friends, and he got it. They had his back. Myles Garrett clamoring for takeaways. Well, they got them in spades yesterday. Not only did they get the takes, they got the scores to go along with them. The Donovan Peoples-Jones punt return, which you called so beautifully there. And, they really all pitched in to make this one happen. And because of that, for at least one more week heading into Cincinnati, we can be talking about, hey, they're not out of it yet. Sounds crazy and it's a long shot, but they are still in it.
Did you hear that? They're not out of it yet.
Yes, they are.
Okay, they're out of it yet.
They got a chip in a chair. if you're a poker player, you know what that means. They got a chip in a chair.
Real quickly, and it's got to be quick. Mary Kay, do they have any shot in Cincinnati?
I do. I mean, Joe Burrow is 0-4 against the Cleveland Browns. They have his number. I do think they have a chance. It will be tough. Deshaun will have to play way, way better.
All right, Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah, they got a chance, but I agree with the last thing she said. Deshaun's got to play significantly better. If he's anything close to what we saw Sunday, no chance.
Okay, there we go. We're heading, all of us, down to Cincinnati on Sunday for the Browns and Bengals. Jason, Mary Kay, thank you. We'll talk again. We will next week.